Summer, welcome to Podcastina.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here.
I was practicing your name in the car. Galina, Rivina, Podcastina. I love it. It's very cute.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I want to hear, because we're friends, so it's really nice to have a friend here.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Thank you. It feels very comfortable for me. I know a little bit about your childhood, but I feel like it is so fascinating, and you're like a true cowgirl.
I am a true cowgirl.
Okay. Can you share what your childhood was like?
I'm from Hereford, Texas.
Where the fuck is that?
It's in the very panhandle of Texas, so it's right here, everybody, in the very, very top. It's named after a breed of cattle. In fact, Hereford is a breed. So, and they boast that they have the most cattle per capita in the world. Hereford, Texas does. There's just millions and millions of cattle out there.
That's that's a fun fact.
It's pretty cool. It's neat. It's called the beef capital of the world, if anybody's curious on looking it up. But my dad is in cattle, so we have ranches, and feed yards is what we do. So you raise cattle on a ranch. The last 8 months of their lives, you feed them so they get fat and tasty. And that's where I grew up. I just cattle in my backyard, cattle everywhere. Boots, horses, very country.
The real deal.
Yeah, very real deal. And every now and then I think I'm ready to go back and take over the ranch.
You are?
No, but I'm not going to. I'm never going to. It's really, really hard. The cattle business is difficult, but it's tempting to just sit and count cattle in the ranch. It really is. That's what my dad does.
What's something people don't know about beef that you learned from that?
Beef is actually, it can be a very sustainable, if you do it right, it can be a very sustainable protein. And people like my dad and ranchers that he connects with, they treat their cattle really well and gentle, and they take care of them, and they make sure they live the best life that they can. And cattle ranching can be good for the land, because they poop and fertilize everything. And if you do it right, it's actually better for the world than soy products, than sustainable, whatever vegan products there are. Cattle can be a lot better for the world. Surprise. That's
refreshing.
I think it is. Especially when you get a good rancher and you want to invest in a good meat product for yourself and for your body. Beef's the way to go. Chicken's gross. I'm sorry for all the chicken lovers. Chick-fil-A's nasty. I was raised that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'm so curious about it because I had stopped eating beef probably about a decade ago. Yeah. And I've kind of always told myself that it was because I made so much eye contact with cows growing up, but you've obviously made more.
They're sweet. That's the thing. Cattle really are sweet. I raised them in my back. I bottle fed, I bottle fed cattle. Oh yeah. So moms would, in the winter, they die. My dad would bring calves back and put them in our backyard in town. We lived in town, not in the country, and we'd bottle feed them every morning. They'd moo, we'd wake up, and we'd feed them. So I had a really good vision of life and death at a very young age, and how important certain things are to the life cycles of each animal, from grain all the way to us putting a piece of meat into our mouths, And that's something that's affected me, and I haven't realized it until adulthood, how much it's changed me, but... it's hard to look at a cow in the eye and see how sweet it is and then eat it, but that's what they're here for. I'm sorry.
Just the fact that it is more sustainable, because I've kind of suspected that. I can't pinpoint where I'm getting my data or what has informed my opinion of it, but I realize I'm like, it is detrimental to the environment to be farming soy and all those things, and it's just it kind of depends, if you're vegan or vegetarian, where do you draw the line of what is impacting animals? Because if you're chopping up a field of lettuce, you're also destroying a home for rodents, or what animals matter to you and what doesn't,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you buy a bottle of $2 Chuck, have you ever heard anything that happens with $2 Chuck?
No, I don't even know what that is.
$2 Chuck is the $2 wine from Trader Joe's.
Oh.
Yes. They don't even filter out, and round up everything. They suck up everything, all the grapes and everything. Don't get rid of the bugs, the animals. They just put it all into the wine.
Ew.
So yeah, if you're drinking a bottle of 2 Buck Chuck, you're eating some kind of organism that's not wine. That's not a grape. So it's everywhere. You have to really think about that. And soy, when you harvest, giant fields, because my dad does a lot of research on. You have to do a lot of research on your competition, I guess. Mm-hmm. So soy, they'll take down all these soy fields, and there's all this, just rotting soy plant that's left behind, and all that CO2 emissions getting up into it actually tears apart the atmosphere just as much as cow shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Do your research, people. Yeah.
What is the deal with people thinking that like cows are so bad for the environment because of the farts? And is that, I mean, dismantle that for me.
In the 90s, it was big to pin it on cattle. A lot of things, and it's just kind of like, it's just an easy go. Because I don't even think people really pin it on like chickens or pigs or anything.
They don't. Really. You don't hear about
cattle. And it's just a scapegoat. There's no real evidence to it. It's just something that is easy to pick on, really, truly. Mm-hmm. But they do fart. They let out a lot of methane and
so do we, right?
But it's tiny. It's tiny in proportion to like what your car puts out. Like a herd of cattle doesn't even put out what your car puts out in 6 months. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's just a scapegoat. And I don't know. It's complicated. It's really complicated, the cattle industry and beef and any kind of meat eating in general nowadays. I mean, I was a vegetarian for a year and a half. A lot of conflict in my family caused by that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, my parents were pissed. They'd rather me, join like some kind of crazy group than be a vegetarian. But it's just like, I tried. I was like, I love animals. Why this? But then I was like, oh, it's hard. Everything else is hard, and it's just as bad. So here we are back eating meat. Mm-hmm. And I had the meat sweats this morning. So.
Did you have Korean barbecue last night or something?
I had Japanese barbecue last night.
Why did I know? Barbecue causes sweats.
Oh
meat
gosh. Oh my gosh, because that's all there is at the plate. You've got just meat and a couple of, maybe an onion.
An onion made its way.
And and you all sweat it out, and it's stinky at the end of the day. It's great.
I just reintroduced, or not reintroduced, I still am not eating beef just because the last couple times I ate it, the enzymes hurt my stomach because I think my body just forgot how to digest it. Mm-hmm. But I've been buying ground bison, and I've been eating that because the macros are so good, and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, good. I like bison.
Me too.
Anything, but I think it's because mentally I was raised not to eat chicken, and my body like fights it now. But I'm just like, eat whatever fits your body, makes your body feel good. It doesn't. If soy is good for you, go for it. Eat the soy. But like, you don't need to talk crap about beef because, whatever. I don't know. I'm hot about it, Galina. Makes me feel hot. It's such it makes me feel so weird because like I want people to eat whatever they want to eat, but then my family is my car insurance is paid by a cow man. It's like, damn.
You have a vested interest in
the
future of beef.
Yes, I do. At least while my dad is still working in it until he's retired. But it's a good industry. And if you think negatively about ranchers and things, they're just out there trying to take care of their stuff just like you are.
Someone has to do it.
But my dad's not in the slaughterhouses. In the slaughterhouses is where the dirty work goes down. Mm-hmm. So that's where we go. Those are not our souls. Those souls are not our problems.
How'd your dad end up in that? Was it like a family business? Did he inherit it?
Yeah. My grandpa started it in the 60s, I'd say, and he bought out a whole bunch of different cattlemen from their feed yards, and he just kept growing. It's called Aztecs Cattle Company, and it just grew and grew. We were at one point the largest family-owned cattle company in the United States. It's no longer that.
Yeah.
But because everything's owned by Tyson or like some big brand. So it was really cool. And we went over to Russia at one point in time, and my dad sent cattle to Russia. And,
what?
Yeah, tractors, horses. There's horses in Russia right now that speak in a Texas accent. Yeah. I think it's weird all the time thinking about how cattle and horses in Russia started in Texas, and now they're like having to listen to Russian cowboys tell them what to do. Yeah.
My mind is breaking as you're telling me this.
It's weird. It's really, really weird. Yeah. Yeah. Russia was like completely out of like stock, and my dad went over there, and it was during 2008, and all those things were crashing, and Russia saved my... They're not great now. Russia's not great now, but they saved my dad's business, and I'm very... Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Millions of cattle started in Texas are now feeding Russians.
Did they fly then?
Oh, big boat.
Big boat.
Big
Okay.
boat. Shipped them out of Galveston and shipped them to Moscow. Or I guess, I don't know which way they went, but they were in a big boat for months, just crossing the ocean. Maybe not months. I don't know how long they...
Probably a while.
A long time. Too long for that many cattle to be in a big boat. But yeah, that's how it happened. My dad sends cattle to Korea and Brazil, Mexico, Canada. They're all over the place.
That is so cool.
It's wild. The cattle industry is a lot bigger and crazier than people think. Because you don't know. You don't know where your food comes from. A lot of people don't. I'm lucky. I'm very fortunate about that.
How does it play into what your diet is now?
Well, I eat a lot of stuff from farmers markets. That's where I get my main sources is farmers markets, because I know because I like the way my dad treats his cattle. I see how he treats them. I see all the people who are involved in it, and I know that it's a small company, and that's what I really look for in my foods now, is small, that I know that they're putting their passion into whatever they're taking care of. Because that's going to, whatever love is put into your food is going to come back into your body. So that's a big part of it. Yeah. Yeah. Very happy about it. Proud of my dad. Go, John.
That's so cool. How do you not have an accent then?
I am a speech pathologist, and I think about my accent all the time. I can put it on. Do you want me to? I can drop. It's a mask that I have up now. I think about it constantly. So I teach kids, and I listen constantly to how people are. But if I get drunk or sleepy,
It's coming.
It's coming. And I still try and avoid words with hard R's at the end, because it just doesn't sound good.
Okay, I want to play a game with you.
All right, I'm in.
That I could only play with you.
Okay. I'm
California versus Texas. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. Food.
Oh, Texas, hands down.
Really?
Hands down.
What?
Houston, Texas. Every single place that you go in Houston, Texas will be incredible. The Mexican food's better. The barbecue's better. Produce is better there.
Really?
Well, because it's like, I don't know, actually. They're comparative, the produce is, but the quality is sometimes better. It's cheaper. But the Mexican food in Texas, hands down, beats California. I'm sorry. Cali-Mex, you don't have enough cheese. It's just true. There's not enough cheese or not enough spice.
Queso's not a thing here, and that's so disappointing.
I didn't even realize that. See, I don't even go to Mexican restaurants here. I don't even try, because I know it's not going to be as good as when I get back home.
There it is!
Yes, there you go. There it is. For you people, you're welcome.
Yes. Okay, Texas wins food.
Uh-huh.
Temperature, climate.
Oh, here, by far. Hands down. It's consistent. That's all I need. I need some consistency in my life. I moved from Houston, and it's a swamp. So I'm very thankful to not be swampy anymore.
I think I probably told you this, but when I went to Austin for the first time, it was in July, which was dumb. And the second I got outside, I got a heat rash just all around my throat. Just
Yep, that's how it is. And that's pretty much, if you live in the south part, that's how it is all the time. But I'm from the Panhandle, and it's snowy or windy all the time, and it's just disgusting. You can't wear your hair down because it's just ratted at the end of the day. So it's just California, hands down, anywhere in California over Texas for weather.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Men.
Oh, that's a hard one. Oh, because they're so boring in Texas. I'm sorry, Texas boys. Y'all are boring a lot of the time. You don't... That's so hard. Pass. Hard pass.
What if I say it this way? Surfer boys or cowboys?
Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys?
Okay.
Yeah. Wranglers. You just can't beat Wranglers.
Yeah.
You really can't. And cowboys will put you on their horses with you. You can't get on a surfboard with a surfer boy unless you're your size. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We love a set of callous hands.
Ohio boys or California boys?
California boys. Yeah.
I've never been. What are the men like in Ohio?
Alcoholic. They're alcoholic here too, but at least they're in program here. That's the difference.
And they're beautiful here generally. Yeah. Are they pretty? What do the boys look like in Ohio?
No, I actually recently got home from a date and described him as having Ohio face.
What is Ohio face?
It is a blend of like when someone is just so American and they have been American for many, many generations and they just don't really have like a very distinct bone structure anymore. They're just
like
bland, just as bland as can be. And I call it Ohio face because I'm from there, but it's really just Midwest face.
Okay. All right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are probably into it, but like I like a little, maybe there's some like cheekbone happening or like even like a fucked up kind of nose or something. Just like
keep it interesting.
Yeah.
I like an interesting.
With some spice.
Yeah. I get that. That. Are they all like, what do they do there? What does an Ohio boy do?
He works for Progressive Auto Insurance.
Okay. All right.
It's a lot of like mortgage companies, Quicken Loans, I think, or Progressive is big. It's a lot of big corporate jobs. There's some, I mean, there's definitely a little sector of art types, artsy types, but the ceiling is so low.
Yeah.
I mean, these days you can kind of do whatever from anywhere online, but growing up, everybody went these super traditional routes and just got very corporate America type jobs, and drinking is a big culture. Their sports is massive there. Sports.
Yeah. So it's just going and dealing insurance and then watching the game and drinking beers with the buds.
That's it. Yeah.
I imagine it just like fields. Ohio to be fields.
So many
Idaho
fields.
and Ohio, I just imagine cornfields, and that's what everybody does. They just sit on their tractors and drink beer, and their overalls, specifically overalls. I don't know why.
Yeah,
they just plow the fields all day. But that's not they. Do
that's
insurance.
not like where I'm from. Cleveland city, big city. It's very normal, monotonous, B-size city type activities. And then there is a ton of farming once you start leaving those areas in more of just like the flatlands regions of Ohio where like it's not quite Tornado Alley, but I did grow up with tornado drills. I'm sure you did too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of that, and it's just culturally lacking for me.
Interesting. Well, I can imagine. I find anywhere I go culturally lacking. Like if it's not like LA, there's so many places in America that are just culturally lacking, period. If you don't have some kind of really, really wealthy guy that put a lot of money into one place, like you're culturally lacking.
It's true.
Yeah. Like Houston has oil money, so there's a lot of wonderful...
Wait, say that again?
Oil money.
It's so cute. I love it. I'm not making fun of you. I love how you say it.
I know. I can't. That's one that I cannot mask. I cannot try and say oil in any other way than...
Wow.
It sounds oil.
There it is.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, you nailed
but
it.
I don't want to. I mean, it's just like, I don't even try and mask that one because I like it.
Yeah.
And it rolls off the tongue. I can't think of any other words that are really accented for me.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of a Midwestern accent.
I do.
Though.
There's a bit of the northern part of the Midwest, Michigan, Wisconsin. I mean, mine's not like Wisconsin. I don't have that going on, but I'll accidentally pull an A for a little too long.
Yeah, I hear
You'll catch me be like gas. You'll catch it. It'll happen once in a while.
Yeah.
It's not super strong, but I have been called out on it.
But I like it. I think it makes you even more adorable than you are.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're one of my most adorable friends.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that. What a sweet title.
You're adorable. You're adorable. So when you come out on the beach with your little board, your little wetsuit, and like cross your little feet. Galina does this thing on her surfboard where she crosses her feet like above, and it's the most cute thing. And I told her that she's not supposed to do it. But then she went to Costa Rica and they said, it's just fine and you're actually supposed to.
That's right. I can do my crisscross applesauce.
Because I asked Tracy about it and she said, you're wrong.
That's so funny. I came down there thinking, because you brought it up to me. You're like, why are you crossing your feet when you're catching a wave? And I thought, I don't know, it feels comfortable. And then it was like the first question that I asked when I got to surf camp was, what about crossing? And they're like, yeah, it's fine.
I've been humbled. You know, when you get out there and you're first surfing and you think that you like, I know so much and I did all this research, and then you're continually humbled by the ocean and other surfers.
The ocean does nothing but humble me.
Nothing but humble. Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. Even if I don't surf in it, it's humbling. And because it's cold. And it makes me believe in my nerves again. I don't know. Did that make sense?
It did.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
It did. A couple more California versus Texas.
Give it to me.
Fashion.
That's another hard one. I'm going to say California because there's more cutting edge things here and there's a lot more different things. But if you want some gaudy, beautiful, glitzy glamour, Dallas, Texas, that's where you go. Big hair, shiny baubles, jewels. But here I really like that you can wear your hair the way that you want, and different colors, and I mix match patterns, and California wins on that, but expensiveness, Texas.
Did you ever get your hair that big?
Oh yeah.
How does one get their hair that big if I were to try?
First you blow dry your hair upside down until it's about 60% dry, and then you put the hot rollers in it. Or not the rollers, the Velcro rollers, and you do that backwards. And then you spray it to good God with hairspray or texturizing spray. Then you get that teasing comb and you back tease it. And then you spray it again. And then you poof it. And then it's just like a nice little like, you slick it down and you pray to the gods that it stays up. But yeah, college I had big hair, huge hair, massive hair.
I really enjoy I did try to put some volumizing mousse in my hair last night, and I
beautiful.
blow dried it upside down.
Your hair always looks so good.
Oh, thank you.
So
Do you know what I did?
What?
I'm doing socks, the heatless curls in socks, and it actually turned out really nice. So you take a long sock. And you put the toe end in your mouth just to hold it. You hold the sock out. You wrap the hair around. You press the toe part to the end. And then kind of Pippi Longstockings it.
Try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. Usually my hair is so fine and thin it fails on all things, but I've got a red eye coming up and I want to look good. So I'll try it. What kind, what, just a regular long sock?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try it. I'll give it.
It looks pretty stupid, and I was sleeping in it. The sock ends up being kind of so thick on both sides of my head that I have to then sleep like a corpse a little bit to try to keep it.
Well, then you're keeping your double chin from developing.
You're right.
Or wrinkles on your face. I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep you. Have you ever seen those pillows that keep your face just perfectly still? It's like a big bubble. Do you have one?
No, it'd be hard to sleep with that because I'm a side sleeper. So when I'm not sleeping on my side, when I do have the socks in, it's a little bit tough. Like I woke up at 3 and was like, oh no, gotta go back to bed, and kind of adjusted the one sock, like put it up a little more so I could get around it.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm going to use that for the many, many things I need to do my hair for, Galina.
You never know.
You know, I've put on makeup 4 days in a row now, so I might need the socks. This is the most. 4 days is a lot for me, people. I think before these 4 days, I went a month without putting makeup on.
But you're a natural beauty.
Thank you. Aw, I'm blushing. I'm sweating on my back, too. I'm so nervous.
That's so funny. Okay, last California versus Texas. And I don't even know why I care about this or why I'm asking about this. Sports.
Oh, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going like major sports like the Rams or like the Raiders or whatever, then that leans a little bit, the professional ones lean a little bit California. But if you're talking college, high school, like junior high, even like putting 4 years old into sports, that's going to be Texas 100%.
Okay. Yeah. I suspected that.
Yeah. It's fun. It's really fun. I was a cheerleader, so I got into it quite a bit.
I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Go Herd.
And then how'd you land in Houston?
I got divorced, and my sister had a house with a room open, and I had to get out real fast, and I just scooted out of Lubbock, Texas, and I moved to Houston, and that city is incredible. It's very underrated as far as I'm concerned. Spent 4 years there healing, and now I'm in LA and getting healed again because it hurt me. And but I loved Houston. It was a great city. Really great city.
Yeah, I unintentionally spent the night there just a few weeks ago. Sure did. Yeah, but didn't get to see very much of it.
No.
Just the Courtyard Marriott.
Courtyard. Who doesn't love a Courtyard Marriott, though?
I don't. You know this story, but I'll tell it because it's just so ridiculous. Yeah. We were delayed leaving Costa Rica. We had a layover in Houston. It was already going to be small. It was going to be 2 hours. And we were like, oh, that's really tight for making customs and getting back in the country and making our LA connection. So we already figured we were going to get stuck there overnight. But we would have gotten there like kind of earlier originally. We would have landed there around 6 or 7, and I was like on my phone looking up. I'm like, ooh, there's a Terry Black's in Houston. Okay, like let's make some plans. Let's do some stuff. And then we couldn't land because a plane broke down on the runway. So we're circling for a while, and then they come on the thing and they're like, hey, we're out of gas actually, so we're gonna fly to Austin. And then I get all excited because I have friends there. So I'm like, oh cool, like leave me off there, like let me off. We'll catch a flight in the morning. It's fine. Make a night of it.
It was Halloween, everyone.
And then we land in Austin. They refuel the plane. They send us back to Houston. I was so mad.
Scary. That was a terrifying Halloween for you. It was awful.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I felt so bad because there were people on our flight whose final destination was Austin. So they had to fly back to Houston and then run for their lives to catch their connection to go back to where we just were. And then by that point, it was late. It was like 9, pushing 10, and then we like couldn't do anything. We just got a hotel and went straight to bed. We got Taco Bell and went to bed.
What aircraft ferry was it? Carrier, there we go.
Twas Southwest.
Southwest.
Twas my maiden voyage on Southwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had never done it before.
Oh, my goodness. So were you confused at the
Sure
seating?
was. I was so glad that Tracy, who I was traveling with, knew Southwest and was like, hey, the second the 24-hour window opens, you better get checked in. You got to get your little number. And then I kept standing in the wrong place at the gate, and Tracy would come get me and physically move me like to the right position.
So confusing.
Yeah.
See, I get confused on because I'm a Southwest girl. That's what I was raised on. Only Southwest and American Airlines, the only ones that came into Amarillo, Texas. So that's what I was raised on. I get confused at other ones. I'm like, this is backwards order. I don't know where to go. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
And you don't get to pick your own seat. I guess you kind of do.
You kind of do when you're booking.
I don't know. I haven't done it in such a long time.
I'm a window seat girly, and I feel like it was a lot harder. I wasn't able to get any window seats on those Southwest flights because I was just way too late by the time. I tried to check in on the minute, and I still got like a position that didn't allow me a window seat.
Actually, my daddy still checks me in. Shout out to you again, John.
That's so great.
Yeah.
What's your airplane etiquette like? Are you do you have morality OCD with people being a certain way? Like, do you believe in the law of the armrests in the middle and stuff like that?
I do, but it's changed since Bodhi's entered my life. Bodhi is my dog. Thank you for your recommendation on Certipet. But because now everything revolves around him because he goes everywhere with me. So I try to get the window because it's the best for the dogs.
It is, yes.
So I usually try and get the window, but with him, I'm just like, now it's like this, fully just like trying to keep him away. So I don't care what the other people are doing at all. So that's my etiquette. But I will turn around at a person kicking my seat. Yeah. If there's a kid, I'll be like, hey, honey, can you be quiet a little bit? Thank you. But I'm generally like a free-for-all, whatever. Southwest people, you know.
It's the airline of free-for-alls. What did you call it? The vessel?
Ferry.
Ferry.
I call it a ferry.
The sky ferry.
Sky ferry. Yeah, a beautiful little sky ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Southwest, though, to be honest. My cousin's a pilot with it, and why do I have so much loyalty to Southwest?
You have a lot of loyalty to Southwest.
A couple years ago, made me stranded at the Denver airport for 27 hours, and I still love Southwest. Yeah.
Did you ever leave the airport during that 27 hours?
I didn't. I stayed there the entire time. I had a great time. I had so much fun, Galina. Denver airport is the best place to be stuck for 27 hours, let me tell you. I went up weird staircases. I looked, and whenever everybody's in a frenzy trying to get on their flights, they don't care what you do. So I was ripping my vape. I was walking around like a zombie, eating ice cream. It was so much fun. Trying to find aliens. It was good. I enjoyed it. I got 24,000 points at the end of the day.
Wow.
Maybe that's why I'm loyal. They pay you whenever they mess up.
Yeah, they did reimburse me. They gave me a voucher after the whole Houston debacle, as well as covering the hotel. But they kind of made me jump through hoops to cover the hotel, which I was not super pleased about. Because when we got to the desk and asked for a voucher, they were like, oh, well, we can only give you a half-off voucher. Here's a QR code you can scan if you want to complain. And I go, give it to me. I'm a complaint. You better believe I'm about to have a Karen moment with this QR code.
You and Tracy's powers combined.
Yeah, we had it handled.
Yeah, y'all do. Tracy's who I'd call to get me out of jail. Yeah. She knows things. Yeah, she knows things.
She totally gave me, this is kind of coming back to the conversation we were having about soy, beef, and eating whatever you want. And she's got her master's degree and studied being a dietitian. And I had asked her, I go, what is the deal then with all these fad diets? Like, what is your professional opinion of what people should be eating? And this is music to my ears and should be music to everyone's ears. She was like, literally anything in moderation. Heard it here.
Yeah. And she's a pillar of example for that. She lives definitely by what she preaches. She's healthy. She's happy. She
running,
has her JMO's times. JMO's is a bar. She has her JMO's experiences, but she keeps it balanced. She really does. Yeah, I love that Trace face of ours. She's good. She's good, man. Everybody needs a Virgo in their lives.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Well, your birthday is October, right?
No.
When is your birthday?
It's June. I'm a Gemini.
Why do I think that we went to the beach for your birthday?
We did.
In October.
No.
I'm so bad at timelines.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I knew you were, because we went surfing for your birthday.
That was a really fun birthday.
It was a good birthday. We had a good time. I met all your friends. That was one of our first little, that was our first year of being friends, Galina.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Incredible time. It's crazy how time, it feels like I met you yesterday almost, and it's been 3 years.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's a good thing. That means it's good. It going by quickly is like a good thing.
LA time warps you really hard. And
it does.
Everything goes in fast drive.
It's the lack of season changing.
Isn't that it? Is that what it is?
It's also just getting, I heard it put this way, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The older it gets, the faster it goes. As we age, it feels like time moves quicker. I feel like every year, the year has passed me faster somehow. And I think also because fractionally, it's like 1 year of 20 years is a much bigger fraction than one of 30. Like all of a sudden it just feels like it goes so much faster.
Yeah. And then your skin starts changing, and all of a sudden you're like, I was just a 27-year-old girl.
Then you start seeing other 27-year-old girls and you're like, I hate you so much. You don't understand.
Looking old though.
Yeah, because of all the preemptive filler.
Jeez Louise.
It's got to stop.
My God.
Preventative Botox is not a thing.
I don't think so anymore.
I know there's mixed reviews on it, but I'm pretty sure the people pushing preventative Botox are the injectors who are profiting off the preventative Botox. Because if there is no wrinkle for which to freeze the muscle creating the wrinkle, why are you putting it in there?
Yeah. I don't know. Someone once told me, you're going to get Botox as soon as you move to LA. And you know me, I'm like, no, I'm not. So, but how you got some nice
I have gotten
Botox.
some Botox. This year I got Botox. Yeah.
Is it still going? Is it still working?
No, it's worn off. It only lasts a couple months.
I thought it lasted for like 6 months for some reason, like half a year.
Some people's bodies will degrade it, or not degrade it, dissolve it a little bit faster. So it depends on what your skin digestion is like. I don't think that's the right way to say that. But
Metabolism?
yes, the way you metabolize it. Thank you. That's right.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, some people's bodies metabolize it different. And so there's Dysport, which is a different chemical similar to Botox. So some people start to switch if they feel like they're seeing that the Botox isn't working as well. They'll switch to Dysport.
I've never heard of that. Is it new?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What else don't I know about?
I liked it. I will say I had gotten it done. I've had it in my lips a couple times. I would definitely do that again. Although it does kind of make mouth movement a little odd. And then I got it in the tip of my nose, like right here, which was super duper painful. It was supposed to keep your nose from like flaring when you smile.
Oh, so
I don't think it really works.
It gets rid of these?
It's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to help with that. And then I got it in my forehead, which I liked because it was a little bit of an eyebrow lift. And I would probably do it in my forehead.
I could do
I'll do it again in my forehead.
I could definitely do forehead. But I want a lip flip. Like you did.
The lip flip is good. The lip flip goes away fast. That's the one that dissolves the fastest,
and that's
for sure.
the one that I'm the most nervous about because I have to do so much with my mouth for children in speech. I'm constantly worried that I'm not going to be able to close it or something. Even if I got like filler in there, I'd be worried about it.
Yeah, it's not going to... Filler, I've had filler before. It doesn't impact speech at all. The Botox will... it's going to feel a little bit weird, and the first time you go to use a straw, you're like, oh, this is weird, or when you're like rinsing, brushing your teeth, water's going to fall out a little bit, which isn't particularly flattering, but you're going to be able to pronounce things just fine.
All right. Let's see. I turned 35 in June, like Galina. I'm going to remember your birthday this year, Galina. Gosh, dang it. Thank God for Instagram for reminding us of everybody's birthdays.
I know.
Truly.
And I don't ever hold it against someone for forgetting. The only birthdays I know are like my absolute closest people. It's just a lot to keep track of. And I'm grateful too when I see people posting that it's somebody's birthday. I'm like, oh, thank you for reminding me. I try to put it in calendars when it's like someone I care about. And sometimes that's a helpful way to keep it sorted. But I would never hold it against someone for forgetting my birthday unless it's like my mother, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to remember it now. I've got to. I always tell my sister on my birthday, like, it's time to post. It's time. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. People need to know.
That is the way that most people are reminded because someone will send the happy birthday post and tag you, and then you repost it in your story.
And then it's a waterfall.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it's a waterfall of love. I didn't respond to any of the happy birthday messages on Instagram.
Not even days after?
No, because I got really overwhelmed. It's overwhelming. ADHD, you know, it's when you get those kinds of things, it just overwhelms you and you just shut down. But now, whenever I tell people happy birthday, they're saying me happy birthday, and I get to heart it. So it's a while, but
does that mean are you ignoring notifications on your phone?
No. So Instagram, if you wait long enough, if you have enough, they'll just disappear.
Are you serious?
Just go away. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. If you wait long enough and the message sits there long enough and you get enough messages otherwise, those old messages just disappear. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's where all of my DMs to these men have been.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So if you message somebody you really liked and it was a long time ago, they just didn't see it. They didn't open it at all. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing later. I've gotten very brazen with just DMing out of the blue.
Why not? That's how you do it.
Because I hear so many success stories of women that found their husband that way, and I'm like,
why not?
What the hell? Shoot
That's
your
how
shot.
Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra got together. Is that that was her right? That's her name,
I think
right?
so. But that's not fair because she was famous.
Well, still. You're famous. You got a podcast.
Thanks, sure.
No, I think I DM'd so many people before I got in a relationship, and some of it worked and some of it didn't. But just why not at this point?
That's what I think. I think why
just
not?
Shoot your shot. Like go up to their face and be like, "Hey, you're hot. You want to go on a date?" That's what I did to my boyfriend now.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's just I think that's what I've done to all my boyfriends.
I love that. That's very promising.
Yeah.
I've definitely been pretty because what I'll do, and this is like on Raya, where people are terrible at messaging.
She's on Raya.
The only dating app I'm on. I didn't just talk about it in the last episode. I don't have a podcast just to bring up that I'm on Raya.
John Mayer's on Raya.
Oh, I have not seen him.
My sister took a screenshot and she got
she got in trouble?
out.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. That's why I have a roommate, so when I come across a cool profile, I go, take a picture with your phone. That's the workaround.
Cool ones? Can you talk about the cool ones?
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it.
Don't do it. It's not worth getting kicked off.
Yeah, you're right. I'll tell you off air.
Is it worth getting kicked off? Yeah, no.
I got on there for one specific guy. I found him. I paid to message him, but we didn't match, so he didn't see my message.
Pay to message?
If you're not matched with someone. So if we had matched, I would have been able to reach out. Yeah, but I don't think he saw it.
Okay.
And then there's been a bunch of guys that I've seen, and everyone has their Instagram in it. So if someone's looking good, I'll just go over to their Instagram and I'll just shoot off a DM because who cares?
No one cares. No one cares. If you are DMing somebody, like if I get DM'd by somebody, like I'm like, what? How flattering.
Yeah.
How lovely are you to make me feel pretty today?
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
And I'm not saying anything. I'm not like, I want to wear your skin, you know?
I don't know. That might work for some people.
Well, maybe when I do the second round of the people who've ignored me,
I might. Go for it. Yeah. It's LA. Fashion.
I want to wear your Botoxed skin. Give it to me.
Give it to me. It's tight. I kind of like that.
From your single days, or even I guess this applies just in general for friendships and stuff. What are your red flags? What makes you avoid people?
Oh, geez Louise. That's hard for a girl who doesn't see color. Oh, my goodness. Red flags for my single days. I didn't see them, Galina. That's the thing. And like I go so quickly into relationships too because I see so many things that I like and I'll just run toward them. I see the red flags retrospectively, I suppose, and that would be just not respecting my time. No time given. And whenever I'm giving you so much time and then you disrespect mine. That would be my biggest red flag that I've had when I was in a relationship or single, but my God, I don't see them. I don't see them going into it. No.
What kinds of qualities are you drawn to?
Definitely intelligence. That's my number one thing. Constantly. If you look across the board at all my boyfriends, they're very, very smart people. Love a brain. I love a brain. And then loyalty. And then that's pretty much where it stops because, again... and a big ego. Yeah. What Galina, what are you into? Because I know you're past what you're a little bit of like your tastes.
Yeah. But
you've been...
My taste is atrocious. No.
that one surfer guy.
Here's where I'm at, and I'm trying to make, and this might account for why I've been single for like kind of a long stretch now, because I'm trying to get away from what my type was into what I would like my type to be. And what I think it was is that I was picking a lot of people that need fixing still and that are still very much in their project phase. Yeah. And I don't know if it was some kind of self-preservation. I want to feel like the put together one in the relationship, and I don't ever want to feel like someone has any grounds to criticize me on anything. So I would always pick people that are not, it's so degrading to be like beneath me, but someone who's just not where I'm at. I have my shit together. Just gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back right now. Like, I have had my shit together for a long time. I'm like pretty well emotionally regulated. Professionally, things are together. I don't lose my shit over crazy stuff. I would never cheat on somebody. I would never stand that kind of behavior or just like immoral stuff. Yeah. So what I'm trying to move towards is to date someone who's more like me. And I think my fear has been that someone who's like me, the bad parts of me, the kind of crazy, obsessive, like type A, kind of, you know, rigid parts of me. I'm afraid of dating someone that's as rigid as I am because I'm worried that then it's going to turn into like critiques of things that I'm trying to do really well and maybe I'm not good at. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. I see it in myself. I feel like every woman who has their who is a caretaker, who like we love to take care of people.
Yes.
That's just what we gravitate to, is babies who need our help, and we see all this love.
Little titty baby bitch boys.
We love giving them that love and seeing how they flourish at the beginning, and they flourish and they get so good, and you're like, look at how you're doing, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I can't give you this anymore. And that was my pattern. Still probably is a little bit. So no, I'm good on you for taking your time and trying to. And I think that you would be an incredible person to date. So
thank you.
Try and find yourself. You know, I believe that.
I want to find myself in a guy. Yeah. Even I need to just like lay down this, because I also think no one is going to be, and if they are, I'll walk away from it. No one's going to be as mean to me as I am to myself. And so just because I'm so mean to myself in my systems, my like day to day, and it's all like misconstrued kind of dysmorphia, where I think I'm like not being productive enough, even though I'm handling 4 jobs in one day sometimes. And then I go, I could have done more. I could have pushed a little harder at the gym. I could have done this. And I'm not going to end up with someone who's like, you lazy piece of shit, you could have done more. And I think that's my fear with being with someone who's more like me, is that if they are with themselves how I am with myself, that it's going to like transfer onto me and make me feel less productive or whatever. Yeah. I'm probably misconstruing that's how it's going to be.
Interesting, Galina. I don't see you as hard on yourself or any of that.
Only my therapist sees it.
I see such good.
Thank you.
Whenever I think of you, I think of how hard you are, hardworking. But I see just how you put things down. You have steps, and you are so specific about things. And you're so smart.
Thank you.
And
that's so nice.
Yeah, you are so smart. Constantly, anytime I talk to anybody about you, the first thing out of their mouth is, she's so smart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So all this like not working hard enough, you do all the things.
I totally do.
You do.
Yeah.
My gosh. And I am looking forward to seeing your partner, and seeing what you find. Because I've seen you've even in the past, since we've known each other, I feel like you've come a long way inside too. Confidence wise.
Yeah.
I can see your confidence. Just even, we don't really do that.
You also met me while I was going through it. Because did you meet me when I was blonde?
No, you weren't blonde. You were coming out of the blonde.
I was coming out of the blonde. Okay.
Yeah.
When I was going blonde, it's a dark era for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
things were out of control when I was going blonde.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm happy I met you at the end. Because all I've seen is like somebody who knows what they want in life and goes for it and does it. You are motivating to me.
Oh, thank you.
And seeing you and being a comedian, and I'm 3 years in, and seeing you 10 years in, and all the people that you're with, and how you guys handle this like weird precipice of about to make it, and it's just, and how you push through all of that stuff. My God. Galina, I don't think you know how inspiring it really is.
Oh, thanks.
And
I'm glad.
And you guided me at the beginning, and you held my hand, and you showed me the steps of how to meet people. And that takes a lot of...
I didn't even realize I did that for you.
Yeah, you sure did.
That feels
you took
good.
me around the store, and you introduced me to people, and you helped me feel comfortable there. And now I can walk in and be like, oh.
Good. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. My first time in the belly room was with you and Omid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, you're really a strong person. And
Thank you.
And I don't want you to put any of those fears about finding somebody.
Yeah, 1,000%.
My gosh.
That's probably why there's been this period of time where, because I did go on a date recently with someone who was definitely like my ex type. So specifically, granularly, like freshly sober, kind of a musty surfer boy. Just like, and I liked him, and I was like, oh, Galina, don't like this guy. Go like the guy that's reading a book.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, it takes a lot to walk away, because we're not we're not 17 years old anymore. We have to make decisions for our bodies with our partners.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I'm so proud of you for being able to, because it's hard to walk away from somebody who likes you, and maybe you could have something, and to take the strength and go, nope, I have to wait more.
Yep. Yeah. Gotta question why I'm immediately into someone that, like, once again, doesn't have their shit together.
Yeah, but brave on you for moving on and trying to work on yourself. All of us, I feel like we have a really, the girls around us are very set on them, focused on themselves and their
I
goals.
love that. I need introspective people around me. I need thoughtful people around me. And I've cultivated friendships with people that are are so inspiring to me because I see them doing the work and I see them taking accountability. And I'm tired. I can't be around people that don't take accountability anymore. It's exhausting. And I feel so taxed after I'm even, because sometimes you can't help who you're around and other people will bring these like crazy problematic people around. And I always feel so taxed after I'm with them.
I know. Oh, I know. That's why I hang out with you and Tracy. In the ocean where the other people can't get to us.
That's so true. That's so true. And I love that we both bonded so much over our love of surfing and that continues to be a thing we do together because I'm sure you feel similarly about it as I do, where it's that thing we were talking about. The ocean is so humbling. Yeah. You can go in there with an ego if you want. Best believe you're going to get your ass handed to you.
Oh, yeah. Especially on a day where you think it's going to be kind and gentle. And then all of a sudden you feel this like undercurrent and like
you get cocky.
Can't see the bottom. And it's just, man, we live such a good life.
We do.
We're so lucky. Many good lessons in every freaking step we take. We really get a lot of good lessons. Hallelujah.
I think the biggest lesson that I've had to learn in life, like the overall theme of my life, is to try to learn patience. Yeah. I'm naturally a very impatient person, and it's kind of ironic almost that I would pursue something like stand-up, which takes so fucking long. So fucking long. It's true. Yeah. And it has just been realization after realization of if I really love this and I'm really going to be in it, I have to let go of external validation about it. I can only focus on, do I enjoy the work I'm doing? Am I writing jokes that are funny to me? Am I having fun when I go on stage? Am I having fun when I go and do like the quote unquote networking or the just being around or doing all the back end kind of admin work that you have to do when you're a comedian, of like planning when you're going to go and do your sets and doing the writing and sending out avails, whatever. Yeah. You have to enjoy that so much and learn to let go of the external things. Like, am I getting booked on this? Is my audience growing? Things that you have the illusion of control over. You don't have any control over them at all. And it's so funny I would label myself a bit of a control freak. So it's really hilarious that I ended up in this industry where I have so fucking little control.
Yeah. What did you say on your last one with Monty about patience? Like how you do, it was
yes,
so.
It's the Naval Ravikant quote.
It was like
it's in my phone.
You do something and then
I literally just posted it today. Oh my gosh. I'm going to read it. It's so cool.
It was so good. And
Thank you.
It applies to so many people in so many different ways. Like
it's impatience with actions, patience with results. Inspiration is perishable, so act fast.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I want to get that scribbled on my chest. That's so good.
It's so good because it gives you the green light, actually, to be in the good parts of your impatience, the ones that drive you to create, right? To make the art, to sit down and write, to go out and act and do whatever else that like drives you. But like we were just talking about, you have to let go of your expectations about the results, and you can't let the results impact your feelings about the thing. You have to kind of be a purist about it. You have to be like, I love the thing. I know that I'm being true to myself as a creative in the work that I'm producing, regardless of what happens externally.
Ooh, so hard.
It hits so hard.
Well, because I'm scared to put anything on Instagram because I'm like, I know my stuff's not clean and polished where I want it to be. But like just hearing that and going, okay, this joke is good. Yeah. You're going to have to put it up if you want people to book you on shows, because that's where I'm at. You are sending people avails. I'm like begging people. So I have to put it up so people can see what I can do, and it's terrifying. Yeah. But I know I'm good. I know I'm funny, and I have to. And
you are.
Oh, thank you, Galina. You are too.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, we're just sucking each other's dick for an hour.
You know what? I'm down with it. Somebody needs to.
Somebody needs to.
Might as well be my gal pal.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think maybe some of your apprehension with putting your work out there is that maybe you're nervous that like a ton of people will see it and not react to it. I can promise you people aren't going to see. That's the thing with putting out content. It's, I mean, I suppose there's always like someone's got to be Hawk Tui girl, but like
good on her.
Most likely you're going to put something out and it's only going to serve to be an example to people that already know of you, or maybe it's like a new booker, a new show producer that you're reaching out to, and they just want to see that you're doing the thing. Yeah. Right? They're not necessarily going to be judging you for how well it does. They just want to see you're doing it.
Okay. Man, it's still hard.
It is. It's so hard. And I think, but the pressure dissipates. It's like you kind of, you start to release it because you start, at this point, I'm posting so much stuff that I have exhausted myself from having expectations of how it performs because it almost always performs disappointingly. And I've become numb to it. So I can just do it and it can just become this methodical like system. Like, oh, I'm brushing my teeth and I'm posting clips. It's just a thing that becomes on autopilot where I'm like, I know I have to do this because that's how the industry is. And I'm no longer tied to having feelings about whether it does well or not.
Ooh, that's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
It is, but you have to start because no one's going to, if you don't post something, you know it's not going to do well. You're not even posting it. Someone can't. I've been watching all these. I've been in like YouTube University trying to grow that side of the business. And so I'm watching all these channels talking about how you grow your YouTube. And everyone's like, well, you know, if you don't post it, no one's going to see it. That bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I keep hearing over and over again. And I'm just like, oh, I'm scared. Somebody do it for me. And I'm also a perfectionist, and I'm sure you're in that. And we're editing and just like getting the words right. It's exhausting.
But and perfect is the enemy of good.
But you're getting perfect at it. I think I read your threads. I don't know if anybody else reads your threads, but your threads are great.
I'm actually doing well on threads.
Your threads are great.
Thank you.
They crush, dude.
I love short form comedy, so that's kind of a good place for me.
Good.
And I had gotten off Twitter in like 2020 because I just couldn't take it anymore. Yeah. And then threads, and it wasn't because of anything. It was just because when I would be on Twitter, I would find myself reading the comments section of people arguing with each other. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my time right now? Why am I reading someone else's argument? I got to get out of here. Yeah. And at the same time, I was posting stuff that I felt really good about and getting absolutely no traction with it. The difference is with threads, and I don't know if it's because it's so new or because I've just tapped into something different over there, but I've had things get a little bit of traction. I had a viral one like the week of the election, and that felt really good. It was
mine.
I said we have a chance to do the funniest thing on January 6th, which was such a dumb, simple. I was at like an election night results party kind of thing. My friend hosted. She had a bunch of people over. She had snacks. She had like election bingo. Like it was, we were trying to make a thing of it.
Bingo.
Yeah. Where it was funny, where it was like too close to call, you know, that kind of stuff, just on a bingo sheet.
Oh, I love that.
And it was that once it became clear that Trump was winning, I just said to the room, what are you guys doing on January 6th? And they all laughed. Yeah. The whole room laughed. Yeah. And there were like comedians that I respect in the room. And I'm like, you guys think this is funny? I should post this. And I waited till the morning because I wanted it to actually be called. And then I posted that and it got like 300,000. Like it just grew so huge and out of control.
300,000?
300,000 views, and like 18,000 likes. And I've never had anything perform like that.
Incredible.
Yeah. Which is pretty small for people that go viral all the time. But for me, for me, that was massive. Yeah. And I was like, I mean, it's an ephemeral high. Yeah. It goes away very quickly. And the expectation is you got to post something like that every single day, right? Yeah. But man, did it feel good.
I bet. And it was really, truly funny.
Thanks, yeah.
What would it look like if we all were the soft people?
Yeah. I think as things are passing with that, like as the dust is settling, I'm actually not worried about it. I don't know if that's like a terrible thing to say publicly, but we already went through it. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not going to hit the nuke button, I don't think. I think it's going to be okay.
I think so too. I think it'll be fine. And if it's not, then, art thrives in chaos.
Sure does.
Art thrives. That's what I've been just telling all my friends. Just like watch the comedians. Just like all of us. Just like do well. Art, music. It's all. Look at what happened in the 70s. How big of a like cultural change it was because of all the stuff happening. That's us, baby.
That's so true. Yeah. And I have to believe. Ultimately, I'm an optimist about humanity.
Yeah, same.
And I have to put stock in the fact that there are people in government that want the same things I want on both sides, not even in one party or the other. There's just normal, good, kind human beings working in all sorts of political parties and areas that just want safety for their families, clean drinking water, good infrastructure, safety. And those are the things that I want. So I have to believe that, like, regardless of who's running shit, that there's enough people in the collective that are making sure that things are quasi-normal.
Yeah.
No matter who's. Also, what does the fucking president actually do? What did Biden do the last 4 years? Tell me one thing.
I have no idea, but he was
besides
adorable.
Naps.
I don't know. He was cute. He was cute, adorable. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he did.
But like, can we just have a dog be the president? it's time.
Monty for president.
Monty for president.
Monty would be great. He's firm. He's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows how to calm down, jump up on your bed, and wake you up.
Yeah.
Monty 2028. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm just at the point where I think it's like a figurehead, and that's why it's not.
That's what it is.
It's not as scary for me, no matter what's going on in there. And it, people have their opinions on it that are based in different things. The other thing I've started to respect is that it's not my business what someone's priority is, and I'm not going to hold it against them what their priority is. Wow. If someone is a farmer, if someone is a cattle rancher, whatever, like, if their priorities in their daily life hinders on this party's politics and what they're bringing to the table, I have to trust that person just wants what's best for their family. And that doesn't make them any worse than me and what I want for my family. And that's okay. And I don't expect someone that's like never met a trans person in their lives to give a fuck about identity politics and to vote on that when that's not what they're dealing with day to day. Like, they're just trying to buy eggs. And even though I think the proof is in the pudding as far as traditionally blue-run states are economically better off. It's just a thing. I don't know how much that has to do with city populations or what the breakdown is. It's just like California's just doing better than Mississippi, point blank. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. So, but that being said, I'm not going to ever hold it against someone that they're basing their vote on what's best for them. They're allowed to do that. And I'm not going to sit here and be like a fucking virtue signaler and put up a front that I care about things that don't have to do with me.
Man, that's intense.
It's very intense.
Judging people on their priorities. That is just, that's a beautiful sentiment.
That might be something I learned in Al-Anon. That might be an Al-Anon takeaway, but it's very, very comforting. And it gives me this peace and this freedom to just not be worried about other people and just to worry about me and what impact I can have. And to know that if I wake up and I decide to be kind and I try to be kind, I hold a door open for someone, I'm just trying not to be a shitty person, that's the real impact I can have. Versus how much of an impact does my vote have really? Yeah. Like, is that how much I'm affecting people, or am I affecting people by like helping someone in real life, in my real life?
Ah, Galina. Oh, you're just adorable. I freaking love you so much.
I love you so much.
Yeah, you just make the world a better place. You really do.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Here's lady comedians doing good.
Lady comedians doing good.
Yes.
Well, Summer J, thank you so much for doing this. Where can people find you?
At summyhaha. That's my name on Instagram, at summyhaha. That's pretty much. I've got a YouTube somewhere. Oh my goodness, Galina, how do you do this all day?
It's exhausting. Well, I have help. For anyone on the audio, I'm chugging a yerba mate because it has caffeine and some other shit for my brain. And at the end of the recording, my brain is still liquefied. Yeah, but it's okay.
Summyhaha, that's pretty much it. And Summer J is my comedy name. And I'm going to start putting out more stuff because of you.
I love that. Thank you so much for doing the show.
Galina. I love you so much.
I love you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Bye.